Hi guys, we are back to do an energy update. I'm sorry I haven't been here. I've been bombarded with readings. Moving house, cleaning house, being a human being, being dense in the 3D. A lot of feminines at the moment are, well, it really depends on where you're at spiritually. Never get triggered if you're not busy and you're not, sinking in with what other people are doing. It's directly connected to the past of what you're addressing. And through this retrograde, a lot of us are going through various stages. So try not to judge yourself against the other book, because each of us individually are especially connected to your own astrological chart. You're going through different changes. Hi, Luciana. So, it can be dealing with purging. It can be dealing with trigger points. A lot of it will be directly related to the 3D, and you'll be trying to get back into the 5D. And, for those of you who don't get that, it's, wanting that sense of peace, wanting that interconnection with yourself. And, I've had a lot of downloads in the last week. My clientele have been getting, obviously, because as I said, I've been bombarded with bookings. But the other side of it is you guys have been missing out because you haven't been booking readings. So sorry, but I have been flat out. Now, as to the downloads I've been having, art is coming up as therapy at the moment. So creativity is going to be pretty important at the moment. So if you're transmuting your energy into creative ventures, it's going to help you. Interestingly enough, the way I get my downloads can be very unique. So it can be visions, it can be downloads, vibrations, also signs and synchronicities. Now, one very unique thing came to mind when I was scrolling the other day. Not on YouTube, it was on Facebook. And an image of, I've forgotten her name now. I'll have to come back to that. It's an artist. Now, I've always been into art. Always in some shape or form. I was always loving art, but my career ended up being something totally different. And it was interesting because this artist ended up wanting to be a doctor, and she ended up having an accident and being something completely different, tapped into her artistic abilities, which was also very useful to help with the healing. So the creative energy for feminines is very important. Now, we have Sirius and Juno at the moment coming through in an energetic field. Shelley has updated me of that. Yes, I was aware of it. It is very feminine energy. Obviously, when we look at the asteroids and you look at Chiron, Chiron's the wounded healer. Hey, that energy is from the darkness shall come the light. So being in the Aries house of first house, the way you're healing at the moment is really coming from your own personal perspective. So it can come about in a very ego-orientated way. Or if you're in self-awareness, it can be you're battling your own demons and you're really looking at yourself. Yeah, I wouldn't say settled, but I'm still working on it, Andrew. But thank you for asking. I'm still getting there. It has been extremely busy for me. A lot of paperwork, a lot of reshuffling of the office, and working on the other house, working on this. So I feel for a lot of people, we're readjusting to the new path. And that was really from January, we had the Capricorn eclipse. Okay, so we had the Capricorn energy. The eclipse season, so to speak, is theoretically 2 years. So many of you kind of connect the dots to the eclipse seasons coming up next month. Yes, but that energy is going to be there in different shapes and forms. It'll take on the energy of obviously the zodiac sign it's in. That zodiac sign will be impacted a higher or a lower ratio. But at the same time, for 2 years consecutive, you're going to feel that ongoing. So it can come up at any time. 40 days before the eclipse, you'll feel that frequency heavier so. But it doesn't mean to say that these tower moments, these changes, these transformations won't be relevant on an everyday given basis all the way through to 2020. We're in a 2-year cycle of eclipse season. Now, many of us were experiencing this knowing of a change coming, moving into next month. And it's not because the eclipse is coming. It was this vibration really amping up a notch moving through this month. So you may have been feeling it already by about the first week, and it intensified. Last month, feminines were feeling very fatigued, and then came to a place where You were really getting a lot of 3D tasks done. So you were moving through that energy and needing to get a lot more done. But at the same time, trying to complete those tasks. And now feminines are becoming exhausted. Okay. Hello, my love. I'm sorry I haven't been here. It's not through not wanting to. I'm readjusting everything so I can be back on track in a neat, orderly fashion. I do feel spiritually all of us are adjusting at some point, you know, in our life at the moment. Now, with the energy, masculines are coming out of the woods at the moment. Their energy had been really transmuted where they were applying it to 3D tasks. So the masculine energies were completing tasks, getting things done, really not anchored into the 5D because they were in dense 3D energy. When you get to a burn off point, and I call it burning the midnight oil, they did have a descension. Okay, so it's like you're getting ready to have a purge because you've completed and finalized a task. It's like a spiritual walk-in. You then can become unwell, and that's on both sides of the fence. That's collectively speaking. Feminines now are starting yet again to feel that frequency of fatigue. And interestingly enough, moving into next month, we have Cancer in the eclipse. So that energy is going to be unique itself, yet let alone till the end of this month, the energy is extremely trigger point orientated. You're guided to do what you can the healing's going to come up of a natural accord. So the subject matters will come up. It's a time frame where you can be very sharp with your words, very direct, almost in your Aries energy of the first house of self with Chiron, the wounded healer. I'm coming across as this is my way of looking at things. But at the same time, not really, it's not you don't want to consider the other person's. It's more you have to consider your side of the fence if you're going to be, I'm not doing too bad, doll. If you want to be able to proceed forward. Now, Neptune is stationary. When the planet's stationary, don't be surprised if connected to your delusions and illusions, you're going to gain more clarity. With that clarity, it's what to do from here. So you're reflecting back over the past, you're reflecting forward with the hopes and dreams and the things that you were going to build, the dream orientation of the situation, and even potentially seeing people for what they really are. You may be picking up on their frequency through different unique ways. It can be vibrations, it can be energies, hunches, gut instincts. With those dynamics, almost like saying, okay, your actions need to speak as loud as words. So getting to that, the energy of this full moon in Sagittarius being with the energy of Jupiter, because it's where we wish to expand, that's where the placement is. The Sagittarian energy being full moon is technically a purge. It's what do we let go of? So with that, what we let go of, it's almost the accountability of, in order to grow, what do we need to detach from? It can be a belief system. Some of you, and this won't just be connected to twin flame path. This is in general, you know, for the collective. But feminines and masculine, I knew my twin was going to call me. Feminines and masculine, I hope he doesn't call back. I'll be in right strife. I'll be, I'm working, sorry. No can talk. Feminines and masculines collectively will be going through different things. So it might be that you're reflecting back on your life and you might have wanted something in that path. And then suddenly your pain body experience is coming up, but you directly realize that that's no longer relevant. The wound is there, the memory of it, the scar of it, but the hope and dream didn't occur, but you realize you can't take that with you. You know, and each one of you are different age brackets, different waves. But it can be something as simple as you had wanted children, you know, and you could be in your 50s, 60s, and you're looking at it and you're saying that dream no longer relates. It's no longer relevant, although it's in a memory sense, a pain body experience, and you've dealt with the pain. Some of you are having these old trigger points coming up. They are also the masculine's frequency coming through to you, but you're not realizing it. So masculines at the moment are very reflective, really looking into that core sense of what they had hoped, had they had the clarity of it, they could have changed. And it doesn't matter what wave you are, the down, and like even with my clientele, the things I've been experiencing vibrationally have been even connected within your own lives of what's directly been going on, regardless of in union or not. So the vibrations and the energies and the upgrades we get will all correlate to the path moving forward. You'll also find at the moment there can be healthy boundaries that all of you are setting, and it's like, have we not set these energies up? So boundaries with children, boundaries with your belief systems. Some of you, it's like, it feels like it's flatlined and you're a bit curious as to why this energy is like that. It's more than likely so you can heal. It's temporary. When the energy goes quiet, it's so you can recoup. It's not because it's going to be very energetic moving forward. Now, into this eclipse season, it is again a feminine energy. Being Cancer, you deem it is, especially with the moon energy, it's feminine energy. So it's the empath aspect of things will be coming through for you guys. Being still will mean you'll get more downloads. You'll also feel the vibration of counterpart and other people energetically around you. It is very tribe mentality. Feminines at the moment are guided to get in touch and make peace with feminine energies, but choose correctly. Choose your tribe of who you're mixing with. Know who you wish to build with and who you don't. Even if you are in separation and there are individuals coming towards you, obviously I still need to do the videos on the other channel, but I've had a mass life transformation that's continuing, as you guys are. So I'm getting to them, but those toolkits and the sessions that I give to you guys when you're coming in to get the readings, they're not just readings. They're working on the aspects of your blocks so you can move through to that next stage. And it's all, sometimes it can be something as simple as you're having a purge and you need to get back into alignment. I'm seeing a lot of 144 and 441. I'm also seeing swans again and love hearts. So it's like, I do feel there will be a lot of communication coming through in July for twins collectively. There's also a lot of changes. There's rest and recuperation, and I'm feeling by mid-month there will be an energy picking up, moving into communication of a lot of twins. So don't be surprised if you've sensed it and these changes are coming in. You'll also find, for those that have the placement of where the eclipse is going to be in your chart, you can, you might have Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It could be in another placement. You may have a change happening in that area. Now, with that, we also will have Mercury going retrograde. So the communication technology and other dynamics, as per we know, will be different. And the energy can be more intense. But the one thing I am picking, how do I put it? Yeah, I've got quite a bit of Cancer in my chart. I've also got quite a bit of Scorpio, which I'm glad that energy's done. But I'm sure there's come. You'll find that you'll be looking at situations and go, do I to this tribe? Although it's a nurturing time, and really when you look at it, the Cancer and Capricorn nodes, South Node, North Node, that energy is there for the whole year. This theme is going on around these scenarios of, yourself in Aries versus family versus tribe. What's real, what's not, what do we build with, what don't we build with? Trying to find your niche. So those of you who are moving through the flexibility of the scenario, a bit like riding that wave, good on you, Beyonce, you're going to cope with it a bit better, okay? When you're moving to the point where you're fearing something, there are old triggers, unfortunately, coming up. So if you're going through a real rough time at the moment, you've got the astrology on top of it. That's really making it even harder. By the end of the week, we will be moving into a higher frequency of Pluto energy, which is births, deaths, endings. Some relationships that are not in alignment. Hi, Donna. Hi, Elizabeth. Will be coming crashing down. Now, I also am going to I've got to keep an eye on the time because I do have a lovely lady coming through. this morning who I haven't talked to. I'm very excited. And I know she's got a lot to tell me. She's probably watching now. I know you've got a lot to tell me. And those of you who are waiting on videos, they are coming. I will be completing those videos today because I need to get onto the July readings. Now, emergency bookings, especially through July, are going to be available. So don't freak out if you look at the schedule and you go, why is there videos, emails? For 2 weeks, there will be a point where it will be in the evening, Perth WA time, I will be available. I'm trying, and I'm going to be care provider. So around those times, I'm gauging it, but I will be able to do emergency bookings in the mornings and in the evenings. All of the other ones will be email. They'll be more in depth and it will be video recorded. Other than that, it will be the evenings that I'm available for 2 weeks. Okay. I want to pull the energy for the karmics as well. Okay. I'm going to pull karmics on both sides because the karmic can be a person, place, or thing. It doesn't directly have to be a feminine or a female or a male. You know, it can be a person, place, or thing. Now, as I was mentioning, with the Cancer energy coming through, although we deem it as the family orientation kind of energy, what is coming through to me in a download is not necessarily will we come through with that frequency. Especially this week, it's very awkward with the purge and the change. We feel very uneasy with situations. We can be, you know, crying at a drop of a hat, feeling triggered or emotional. Perfectly normal. You know, what's coming up directly deal with. But at the same time, you may find you're going to gain more clarity in the next 2 weeks moving into July. And that's because you are definitely going to be, with the retrograde cycle we've had and the direct, plus Mercury going backwards, you're guided to potentially, now that you've gained all this information, receive the download. And then the changes that are happening during the retrogrades, but it's harder work. That's why you feel so buggered, peeps. Thank you for the likes, because the likes do actually share the video so other people can actually get this information. Now, I'll let you guys choose. For the feminines, left or right? And I mean, technically, I should choose right. For the feminines, left or right? Pick your poison. First and best dressed. Who's quick? Right. Well, I was going to pick right anyway. But thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay. You don't know. Well, one thing I will say is that energy for the feminines at the moment, you've had the overactivity of masculine in you. This energy on this side of the head was quite overactive. We also had an energy where we were, and forgive me if I'm looking off to the distance, when I channel, I actually visually, I'm tuning, so I'm not trying to be rude, I'm actually tuning. And because there's a lot of information to get through, it's quite difficult. So there was a lot of scarred energy coming through, tantric energy for feminines, uniquely so. Even if you were remotely repulsed, you were feeling that frequency. A lot of base chakra going on at the moment where we're really trying to get balanced. And again, when we are moving into a purge and ascension symptoms, like I've mentioned before, the lower chakras will directly get depleted. Third eye as well with the ego, a lot of purge of the ego, but that's due to Neptune. It's due to the belief systems that we're really purging, and a lot of blockages, and especially with my clientele that I've been working with, my tribe. You know, the analogy that came through this week was that, you know, not that our parents are bad and not that our parenting is bad, but a lot of the conditioning that you do break down in, I don't know why it doesn't. Don't know why. Who knows? Let's see if we can. A bit like a child being told they're going to get a nice. You know, if you be good, at the end of the day, when you've done your chores, you're going to get an ice cream. The ice cream truck's coming at 12. And you're waiting for it, and then the ice cream truck breaks down and never shows. Parents don't understand what the big bugbear is, because, you know, this has just always been so. And so you have this tower moment inside because you can't understand. Why is the universe against you? You know, you did your chores. Your parents told you were going to get an ice cream, and suddenly you haven't been able to have that ice cream. So it's victim consciousness, because those wounds that we have from childhood come up and condition us. So our belief systems then are, well, if we're good, what's the point? Because if there's downfalls, it means there was no point in being good. But the reality is, we do need to understand that there are reasons outside of us very separately, that not everything's about us. But because we've been conditioned that way, when other major things happen, we go back to that earlier belief system of, but I've done the right thing, so why haven't you done the right thing by me? Try and rewire the brain, so to speak. And that rewiring is all the way through the twin flame journey, where you're starting to understand that, yes, it's happened to you, but not necessarily is it because of you. Friggin' Mercury. Okay, let's get tucked into the right. Okay, feminines are feeling they got bad luck. So again, I was mentioning third eye, ego, sadness, purging, directly connected to this. You're exhausted. The healing from this whole journey has taken its toll, and you don't even want to think about next year. You're like, you know, this is exhausting. But again, with the crow coming up on the card, the healing of the situation is going to come through, but there are things on your side of the fence and things on their side of the fence that are getting adjusted. Okay? Some of you are wondering whether it's you that is ready to commit and not wanting to, or whether it's them. And because you're healing, you're wondering even if you're ready to commit to connections. Now, this is regardless of whether you're in communication or not. This is the overall energy. Be it you're in communication, you're in reunion, or you're solo, you're a twin, okay? This is the energy. Going, okay, have I invested in correctly? Do I have what it takes? Have I learned enough? Why am I purging? What's coming up with me now? Why is this happening? You haven't had time to recoup. You know, so much has been going on. It's trigger worthy. So it's only natural that you're feeling these lower, the crown chakra. The reality is you're unable to directly connect in with the 5D because you haven't had time. You've had too much going on at a 3D ratio at this point in time. There can be conflict around you. You might be tuning directly into the vibration of counterpart and feeling drama directly around them. It just feels drama, drama, drama. It can be causing a lot of people panic attacks at the moment, lower frequency thoughts. I don't like going there, but I will say it's self-harm. Definitely reach out if you've got to that level. Trying to be politically correct. Now, with this energy, I'm sort of feeling as though you're like, oh, again, ego. I'm not saying in a bad way, guys. And remember, half the readings I pre-recorded prior to this month. Ego was coming through in all the readings, and I know that because I just kept saying ego is not a dirty word. I do feel you pissed off today. I might have to connect to the new modem. Wondering whether, you know, these triggers that keep coming up, is it ever just going to simplify? Now, when you're tuning into what you believe your twin needs to do, look at how it can relate to you. A lot of you guys can do your self-healing from your side of the fence to manifest the twin flame journey, but you don't know that. You will directly see a lot of mirroring at the moment. Be it you're in contact, communication with your twin, it doesn't matter. From my clientele and directly being in reunion, I'm telling you from my side of the fence and as a psychic medium, especially with the readings I've been giving to my clients at the moment, there is so much mirroring. And through it, whatever's coming up on your side of the fence for healing is part of the recipe to alchemize the connection. When you're tuning into, my twin has gone through something, so therefore that's going to take them 6 years to heal because it took me 6 years to heal. You're extending the journey. Tune out of it, okay? You will see signs of what is occurring, Donna, okay, on your side of the fence of the subject matter, and it will be exactly the same as your twin. So if you're dealing with finances and balancing that and belief in self and, you know, manifesting, the counterpart will be doing similar things. It's not identical, but similar things, because the blockages on each side are coming up as similar things. But feelings are coming up and then you're swapping it, okay? Hi, beautiful Stella. Hi, Joanne. Now, you're wondering, with this emotions and this anchored energy, you know, when it comes towards you, is it going to be immature energy? Yes, in a way, but it's more going to be the fresh start. So this page energy can be, you know, the starting point of it. But the key, look at the way the triangle is pointing down to the cup, is feminine energy. Now, Sirius, Juno, feminine energy, correlating with Jupiter. Okay. This is the energy that's coming through, especially today. We are to that Pluto frequency. With Neptune stationary, the dreams, you're looking at your dreams. You're like, okay, is this happening? Houston, we have a problem. Do I have crappy luck? Do I keep attracting this? Is this even real? Yes, twins, we all go through that, okay? It's nothing new. Always check in with yourself when you're psychoanalyzing the scenario. No, you're not loco. I'm not a specialist though. But at the same time, need to go, okay, am I triggered? Well, of course, I'm going to be in victim mentality. It's okay to be that. Go through those emotions, because those emotions and those pain body experiences are solutions of the purge of where these blocks are. The reason why these things can come up just before reunion is so that nothing can, the triggers that will come up, you're able to tackle them more effectively. So it's like you're training prior to reunion. Now, with your reunion, anything that you've battled with alone, you will have the tools to be able to work on this. Now, alignment is everything. So even through my reunion, the one thing I found to keep me anchored in, it's almost like I have to have self-talk. It's like redirect the energy back onto you, Yildiz. Yes, obviously, when you're working with other individuals, you do take on that frequency. You're very dense in the 3D, but you need to then have that self-talk, the higher consciousness. Okay, anchor yourself in. Come back to yourself. And Will Smith did a movie with his son, and I'd always wanted to watch it. And I watched it the other day, and it was interesting because all of what we're taught through Ascension symptoms, purging, codependent patterning, all of those things that I coach you guys on and that I've gone through and that other people have coached me on, is very much in that movie. This child is in fear-based frequency, and his father's trying to teach him how to deal with the aspects of demons because it's vibrations. And he says, remember what I taught you, anchor your energy in. And it's really putting your feet on the ground, you know, and it's like, it was almost like he was blocking his third eye, which is the ego, which is the fear-based frequency. It's the memory of what happened before that it could potentially happen again. And it's quite tactical. You know, when we're in our ego, you can almost look at it as war. Tactical response to the given situation. But, you know, tactical response at times sometimes isn't rational and isn't smart because you're not thinking straight. So it's manipulation over, you know, an emotional body experience of seeing where this pain from and dealing with it from a more accountable manner, which is quite ironic because around this transit at the moment, there can be a lot of energies coming up. And I think the Leo King mentioned it, especially with health pandemics can come up with the Capricorn frequency. There can be areas where there can be viruses, airborne diseases and things to that degree coming up. Also with the energy of Mars at the moment, it can denote people fighting it down and simmer it out. Masculines at the moment, okay, they feel that, again, ego, but feminines are feeling like they're stuck, no movement, bad luck, sometimes big dynamics. That wouldn't surprise me with the energy already coming through of the Mercury retrograde. We're feeling it regardless. I don't care what time you guys, date Pacific, yes, but the frequency physically, I'm sensing, psychically speaking, we're already directly having this energy, even more so in the retrograde, of a slowdown factor, even though we've got too much to do. Again, Ascension symptoms, unwell, feeling the purge, very fatigued. When is this going to end? You, in the exact position, are going through the same thing, okay? It can be people stabbing them in the back. It can be really working on their demons, doing too much to kind of balance things out. And again, I'm going to pull a clarifier because I can almost feel the energy coming through. Both energies is in your own life though, okay, of why this is happening. Ending a cycle, being a 10, ending a cycle with the person who they thought was more connected, but now they're enemies. This can also be being their worst enemy when it comes to trying to keep the sanity and not getting they're trigger hungry, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel this is related to you. Interesting, because on both sides I pull karmic energies, and I feel it's to do with the past. It can be your blocks, it can be the way you react, but the frequency is, and it's interesting because she is looking to the past. I mean, obviously on camera it's looking the opposite way, but she literally is looking this way. He's looking up like, universe help me. And this person who's an enemy is very sly, but living in the past, so to speak. So this could be a person, place, or thing. There's a lot of manipulation around the masculine. The masculine knows who these people are, but he's keeping it close to their chest. He's trying to play the chess game, which is what I used to describe the feminines doing potentially 2 years ago, okay? Now, when we say chess, tactical response, okay? Being cautious who they communicate. There could be rumors going around. There could be gossip. There could be karmic frequencies keeping things quite close to their chest. But being cautious about things, but being tactical. Now, when it comes to people, places, and things to separate, they also, for some of you who are in reunion or connection communication, you might not be getting as much communication from them at the moment because of all this energy that they're depleting, finalizing these karmic energies, okay? I don't directly feel it's connected to the feminine, but there's leaving one thing. They're really concerned that you're going to leave them. Now, even if you're not with them, they feel you're going to leave them. And excuse the nails, they're just staying shit till I can get to the beautician because I'm moving things and there's no point. They'll just keep breaking. So it is what it is. You got earthy Yildiz today. Now, divine union's coming. They're scared that a person they separated with or left behind an energy sense is going to contaminate the new connection, okay? This is so weird. This person isn't showing any signs to me where I'm thinking or not bothered anymore. You're not thinking or bothered anymore. Like I've said in the feminine side, right? What you'll find is the key to it is inside your life. You'll see a pattern happening in your life. So how do I give an example? And I can't be too long because I do have a reading at 10. I've got 20 minutes. Okay, what you'll find is there could be a subject matter you're directly dealing with in your life right now. While you're tuning into them, when they explain reunion, they do state in the various stages there is a detached state you get to where you know you won't die with them, you won't die without them. You know, you're okay, you're neutral. When you get to neutral, where you then anchor in your energy and start checking in with yourself, what you're feeling every moment when something comes up and what's going on. When you're looking at them, you've got to ask yourself the question, have you been a straight shooter? You know, a lot of times both energies will directly mirror. So when I had to look back on my journey, when I was sweeping things under the carpet, acting a certain way and micromanaging my communication, things weren't happening because I wasn't being a straight shooter, okay? You don't know how to play chess. Okay, all of us know about tactical response though. If I do this, I get that. Or we learn to get, we learn who our twins are. So we learn their likes and their dislikes. That's the empath aspect. So what I'm trying to say is, you've got to ask yourself the questions. Have you been direct with the person? That can be even if you feel they won't agree with you. I mean, at one stage I said to my twin, I'm looking for a relationship. And he said, I'm not looking for a relationship. I said, that's okay. I understand, but I'm looking for a relationship, because that was anchoring in the energy of your truth. You are not the other person. You can't control what they're going to do, but you can change the vibration. Okay. So changing your vibration and owning your worth is what the energy is. Now, what they do have coming, and I'm telling you, I will not be surprised, and I hope you guys message me if you do have communication. Chuck me an inbox, chuck me a message, you know, on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. I do feel a lot of you are going to have communication, movement within the connection. Some shit's going to go down. Birthing off this situation. Some of you might fall pregnant. Some of you are manifesting this to the next level with the Jupiter energy of what to let go and what to move forward with. The letting go is never of them. It's just getting to a point where you're like, oh, I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm investing in my life. I'm doing me, right? I am choosing great friends. I am choosing to put love and effort into my work because I love my work. I'm choosing to put it into my own vibration. I'm telling you, feminines, at the moment, there is a lot of self-love needing to come through. We've been very, very tired, and that's really the subject matter. Nurture yourselves. I mean, the Empress is even a nurturer, okay? A lot of feminine energy. But nurture thyself, okay? Masculines want to bring this to fruition, okay? You crack me up. If my twin sees that, he'll laugh. He'll go, bitch, you've been dobbing on me. Connections, okay? Looking at the connections. That's what feminines and masculines are going to do. And even the masculine side will be directly relevant to feminines because we have yin and yang. You're going to be looking at your connections. You're going to be looking at your pain body experience. Making a choice but knowing you can't go back to yesterday. Awakening, feminines, okay? Disconnect from the telepathic communication. Do you know why I say that? When you get further down in the journey, it actually is exactly the same as the codependent patterning in the connection. So when you get the download and it's quite triggered, 44 inch. What you'll find is they feel your frequency. There's no need to move. You know, you do tend to only connect it to the 3D, but you need to look at the 5D. And what I did notice of something was when I could feel my twin's vibration and I was doing readings, I would say to my clients, I'm going to get a phone call, and a phone call would come through. And I know, Donna, you've been there when I've done that a few times and we've gone like, oh. And then when I have actually received the calls, I've known it's about a tower moment. And I've said to him, what has this or that person said? So we've seen it, haven't we, Donna? And the reality is these vibrations, what I did learn was when you get the download, breathe it out and disconnect, because you're enabling. So by having that vibration, they're like, you're there waiting. You're transmuting some of my frequency. You're detoxifying me. disconnect to the vibration and take accountability of your side of the fence. Just breathe it in, anchor your energy in. If you have to, get a clearing stick, you know, a sage stick, anchor your energy in. I've got bath salts on the website that are for clearing, and anchor your energy in. That will break that pattern, and because they can't then feel your vibration, they will start shifting energetically. Okay, because at the moment they think you're there all the time, and you are, but it's accountability on both sides of the fence, right? So if they get triggered, they're like, I can't feel that vibration. Then none the wiser they are, many of them, not all of them. It does cause a trigger. Now, let's get quickly into the other side. Karmic energies on the masculine side are lazy, mucking about, stuffing about, over promises, under delivers, in a lot of ego. A lot of discord in their life, okay? Reaping what they sowed, realizing that they had had faith in this situation without much effort put in. They're trying to work on their blocks. They're also, and I feel this overcoming temptation with them is to do with the fact that they really are getting to a point where nothing's working. Things aren't working. They've got another thing, yeah, because it's just not consistent. It's not working. Their plans and the games and the issues are not working. And they're being a poor student. They're going to learn the hard way, okay? They also realise that if they manipulate this situation, that the masculine is awoken now, and they're going to get stuffed up. It won't work. There could be external influences directly correlating with this. There could be legalities. There could be court cases. It could be a third-party energy, not in a sexual way, more in a mediumship way, where they're being their own worst enemy. They need to be careful. Some of their tracks are coming out, and it's directly connected to tribe and family. And again, with the Cancer energy coming through, they're going to have to go back before they can go forward. But they need to be careful because they have created blocks in their path. I do feel people that were having sympathy towards the situation, place, or thing. Now, it's 3 different areas of their life, okay? They also do have another person on the side, but this could also be the energy of them knowing that masculine is thinking in a different direction, because they're looking at the connections, but they're moving forward. They're not going back, okay? Now, even if the person's still with the karmic, spiritually, this is what they're doing. They're like, no, like, this is a mess. This is way too much. But very, very heavy energy on the karmic side. Very heavy energy. A lot of expectations. I would say disputes. Wanting to sit pretty but not putting the work in. Or wanting to sit handsome. Oh, the Capricorn energy in there will be interesting for you this week. Now, feminines, karmic energies around you. This can be lessons, stepping into your power, okay? The energy of what's coming through, it can be connected to tribe. It can be those people being more balanced now. It can be if you have an ex and you have a child to them. These energies can be coming up, but they feel that you have earned your crown. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. They feel you've earned your crown. You put the work in. I do feel they've learnt some lessons. Again, there could be contracts, legalities around this situation for those of you who it's relevant. And a lot of conflict and gossip in relation to you moving forward. The thing that irritates them is the fact that you are very well-rounded, okay? You're grounded. You work hard at all you have. You busted your back, okay? They know that this is true, and they know that they're regretful, okay? They had wanted this to go the distance. And they feel if they wanted to, they could change it, but I feel they're feeling more, let it go, okay? They also feel you hold a lot of masculine frequency. Oh, cool. Congratulations. They feel you hold a lot of the masculine frequency, so they feel that if you needed to, you'll rise to the top. And I'm seeing more. It's so weird. It's so polar opposite. I feel you guys somehow have drawn a line in the sand. I do feel a lot of comparing going on. If this is a person you were with in the past, I'm feeling as though they know that they can't muck with you. I do feel they also feel they won't meet anyone like you. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Now, the energy between you and your masculine. Okay. Offer coming through. Some of these dreams. Knowing that both of you have to work together. Contracts. What to leave behind. There's going to be a lot of trigger points this week. Be cautious. Everything is divinely guided though. So, you know, if shit goes down, don't stress out. Don't get so panicked. If anything, you should get panicked that you're a twin. Not that it's going to break the situation up. Be more pissed that you're a twin, okay? This goes on and on, okay? The stagnation is there for a reason. You're not stuck, okay? It's external situations being dealt with to end the cycle, okay? When you get the stagnation, don't freak out. Try and go, there's a reason this is happening. There is a reason this is happening. There you go, movement. You guys, with the small pause you're going to have between the both of you on each side of the fence separately and connected. It's happening for a reason. August is a big month where things are going to change. Change is happening at all times, but major changes will happen in August. Lionsgate portal, obviously, it's a given. Separate energy, though. It feels for a separate reason. Very much to do with ending potentially an 8-year cycle for many of you. Maybe even a longer cycle, but again, the moon energy, you're going to get your psychic downloads, and I feel tap into the Cancer energy. That's where the stagnation's coming from. So there's going to be trigger points moving into the end of this month. Then for potentially 1 to 2 weeks, I feel there's going to be a pause. You're going to gain a lot of information. Both of you on each side of the fence, you're going to then have all the information you need to move forward with the here and now. And that eclipse season, again, will last another 6 months. Each one denotes 6-month frequency of a time out of those. So we're ending one cycle theoretically, and we're starting a new cycle. So both of you are going to be dealing with things that make you feel vulnerable and threatened. Both of you on your own side of the fence have this energy going on. Yeah. Masculines are going to be focused more on love moving into July and not so heavily on cash. Feminines are going to be focusing more on nurturing and self and truth. Okay, so how do I put it? A lot of heart chakra for masculine. For feminine, you got temptation, right? Temptation 4, so it might be overactive, and I did mention that, sexual scarred energy. But again, it's heart chakra, heart and body connection. I don't know, it's more what's going on your own sides of the fence, but the energy you're coming to. Again, masculine, feminine, balance all your chakras. Balance your chakras at the moment. Communication, you're going to be quite direct, but you have to be honest to yourself. Is it coming through because you're triggered, or is it coming through because you believe in the situation? You know, believing doesn't mean, when we say holding space, we tend to think, why hasn't this manifested? Where the bloody hell is this? It's literally having an inner knowing. And that's what I said. I did a video on Instagram about manifestation. What you need to understand is the laws of attraction. You don't need to manifest. If you believe it, it happens. But unfortunately, while you're processing things, it blocks your twin because you're deciphering the code, psychoanalyzing the connection, wondering what they're doing. And it's not to say that you're not doing work. Don't get me wrong, you are doing work. But while you're in that back forward motion, and you still haven't gained the complete clarity, and the clarity is no matter what you do, you're connected, right? So with that connection, when you disconnect and you just own it, and you're doing it each day, easy for a week, bang, within 24 hours, you'll get communication. But it's really disconnecting, knowing you're going to be okay, knowing this is the connection. It's the person you wish to be with. And if you're unsure, that's the work. If you're unsure about your finances, that's the work. If you're unsure whether you should leave a situation, person, place, or thing, that's the work. If you haven't done it, you're blocking twin. But you're blocking you. So that's what I'm trying to say to you, is the information will be there in the 3D for you to deal with. Deal with it, because you're blocking your path. Just was in a fender. So is this separate to twin, Danielle, or is this twin? Who are you talking about? A friend. Don't have a bad feeling. But again, see, patterning, you can say, because we can't change. Remember, it's rescuer mode. You know, if you're just doing it to check in, that's different. But if you're doing it out of rescuer mode, you're better off to send a message saying, my thoughts are with you, I'm thinking of you. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. And then it's not an expectation, it's a statement. But don't take on, and ask yourself potentially, you know, is there something going on in your life that you're avoiding at the moment? Is there an emotional situation going on? Or, you know, again, because look at how the pattern was with twin. Are you repeating those patterns? If you are repeating those patterns, yeah, you've got to look at it. Do you know what I mean? It's not saying you are. It's a suggestion. But there's reasons why these things come up. Yes. We can't make someone do something toxic, and we can't blame ourselves if people do silly things or toxic things or end things, okay? So, i.e., if they decide to quit on life, we can't blame ourselves. It's out of our control. We're not God. We had plans, so I just called. Yeah. I mean, if you had plans and they haven't called, if it's been consistent, yes, it's cause for concern. If it hasn't been and it's been left, right, it's same patterning as twin. I mean, yes, there is something going on in their life, but again, you know, your expectation towards yourself needs to be, what's the benchmark? And it's not that they're a bad person if they haven't called. That's their choice, right? It could be something has happened. So reaching out and saying, I thought, not even I thought we were going out. Hey, if you need to talk, I'm here. If you don't hear, and, you know, maybe ask their family, if you know their family or somebody around them in a sense. You can reach out, but I would probably do it more on a telephone call. And if they don't answer, there's nothing you can do. More if it's a check-in, so to speak. You know, hey, are you actually okay? Hi, Sway. How are you, Jen? Having plans is second to coming up. Yeah. Okay, lovelies. If you're needing a booking, thank you for liking the video. I am going to come back again and give you more. I'm going to write them down on a piece of paper because there's so many, and try and come back and give you the energies. But do be mindful of the Cancer moon, okay? You can be potentially triggered. You can be potentially looking at your tribe mentality and who you fit with, who you don't. And don't be surprised if all of a sudden you're like, I don't subscribe. and that can be to groups, places, things, because it might not be relating to you, even though it is the family orientation zone, you know, the Cancer zodiac sign, the emotional body, the feminine energy. I'm feeling it to be almost like an aha epiphany moments we're going to be having. You're going to pick up on your frequency, but you're going to need to rest, recoup, drink plenty of water, especially near the eclipse. What other energies do I need to tell you about? Watch and see what transpires. It's going to be quite unique. That's okay, my love. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I love you all, and I'll talk later.